the digital womb. Picture the scene. I'm 15 years old and it's the evening, and I'm sitting in my room by myself playing online video games with friends from all over the world. And I'm in the middle of some battle, and my mum calls me down for dinner. And it's me, my mum, my stepdad at home at the time. And I kind of ignore her and like carry on playing my game. And it gets to the end of the game and she calls me again. I think dinner's now ready, or maybe it wasn't quite ready before. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to go down and talk with my family. I'm just kind of in my room doing my thing. And I think I start a new game. I can't remember exactly what happened, but eventually I come down. It's like 10 minutes later, and they're both sitting there. They're kind of annoyed with me. And we have this sort of meal together. And I can tell they're not really happy with how I've just been holed up in my room. But it just feels like such a fucking good place to be, honestly, where I'm engaged with something that feels very, very immersive. It feels very safe. And I really don't want to have to talk with anyone. I don't want to have to come down and engage with my family. And it's at that age I created this sort of bubble, this refuge. And it went back earlier than this, actually. I remember even being younger and, I'd have some kind of argument with my mum or something would happen at school. And I would go up to my room and I would just sort of stay there in my little world. I was reading a book, or I was drawing a picture, or doing whatever I was doing at that age. And all throughout my life, and particularly when I got a computer and an internet connection, I would always have this place where I could go to escape from the slings and arrows, whatever was going on. So I'd be out in the world for a bit, and then I would come back, and then I'd go out and I'd come back. And there was a lot of stuff going on in life at the time. I was going to university, I was dating, I was getting a job and working. And then at the end of the day, or, if I got particularly tired, I would retreat into this refuge. And as time went on and as technology became more sophisticated, this refuge also became more sophisticated to the point now where I can create any kind of world that I want, whether it be intellectual stimulation, sexual stimulation, romantic stimulation, gaming, or whatever it is. And as this world becomes more sophisticated, and real life, in a way, I didn't say it becomes more painful, but the responsibilities increase. There's this increasing temptation and pull into this comfort of just not engaging with any of it, basically. And the digital world becomes more and more appealing, and it fulfills all of these needs that would originally have been achieved through essentially relating with other people. So here we are in a situation where there's these two universes almost that we can inhabit: the world of people, of relationships, of being outdoors, of going to work and engaging with all of that. And then this other world of just being alone in our bedroom with a computer, with the phone, and all of the things that go along with that. And why would we leave that space? I guess the reason is that in order to create something something rich and meaningful, it's necessary for us to take chances and to engage with life on life's terms. And it involves co-creating relationships, co-creating an experience with other people where we can't control how those other people behave. I had a really good friend up until recently, and we did a lot of stuff together. We were very close. And then we kind of fell out with each other. And I think in this day and age, it's very easy to just pick people up and discard them because we don't have the interdependence that we might have done, say, 100 years ago, or even less, 20, 30 years ago, where you kind of need people to help you with stuff more. Like if you are going to move house, or, if you're trying to figure something out, you can't just use the internet to solve all of your problems. But now you can. So people will just become disposable. As soon as somebody does something that makes us feel bad, it's easy to just put that person to one side. and not have to engage with them anymore. But that's essentially what the world of people is. It's very messy, and it's full of compromises. It's full of disagreements and pleasure and pain and all of these things. But this digital stuff, it kind of puts a medium or like a channel in between us and other people that we can just control. We can control if somebody messages us, whether we reply or not, how quickly we reply. If we're using internet dating, we can choose, you can pick people up and put them down. And so everything becomes really on our own terms. And it's this feeling of being in this digital womb, I describe it as, where we're trying to crawl back out of the world into this place where everything, all of our needs are met without any real effort. And it's like falling into a trance, basically. And this trance can last forever if we want it to. I mean, there's not really less and less needs to even leave the house. But this, I think, exerts quite a big psychological and spiritual cost that I don't think everybody really recognizes. And I think it affects probably a lot of people worse than others. But it certainly has affected me quite a lot. I remember being at university, I I was lucky enough to get a scholarship, and I studied part of my university in another city, in another country. And I worked so hard every day. It was really, really brutal, actually. And then I got to the middle of the term, and there's this kind of week-long holiday, and I was like, right, for this holiday, I'm not going to leave the house. I'm just going to play video games for the whole week. And that's kind of what I did. I think I did it for the first 4 days. And it was so much fun. I was just there playing games, like not really doing anything. By the end of the 4th day, I just started to feel almost sick. I was like, oh, I felt like I had a headache. I was not really feeling good in my body. And I kind of wanted to sort of get back out there and start doing things again. And of course I did. It was only a week. But when I got older, that feeling just kind of went away, and I just wanted to spend more and more time in this very, very controlled world. And it's possible to do that now. And it really scares me because I don't see any sign that this is going to change. So I don't know if you have any ideas about this. So somebody in a talk, I don't remember when this was. I'm not like one of these people that really has much interest in feminist theory, but she was saying that a lot of what drives technological like progress in this space, like uploading our consciousness or all of these services like Meta, the metaverse, is driven by men's desire to recreate the womb. I thought, that's so interesting, isn't it? Because I want to crawl into this space where it's warm, it's cozy, everything's taken care of. I don't have to do or be anything other than just what I am. And that's what technology can provide, and it is providing. And I think that's really what drives a lot of it. And we say that, oh, isn't it great that we can talk with people all over the world and we have access to all this information? It's like, yeah, that is amazing. But the subconscious and I think emotional consequence or motivation for people to do that is so that they have more control over relationships. They have more control over their environment, what they say, what they do, and less sort of overlap with other people. So I don't know if you relate to this thing of trying to recreate the room. This has been a bit of a messy video, honestly. I've just woken up recently and my thoughts are not as focused as I would like them to be. But I think it's an important thing to talk about, an important thing to recognize. And maybe as we start to recognize what's going on, there's this opportunity to wake up. And I wouldn't want for me or for you to get deep, deep, deep into our years, maybe even to the end of our lives and think, fuck, I've just been asleep this whole time. And I've built this tech world around me where it's so comfortable and it's so immersive, but I never really had to step out of it. And it would be a real tragedy for that to happen. So let me know how you live your life. How much time, if any, do you spend in this digital womb? And how much time do you spend engaging with other people in reality? And I get that there's a crossover here, right? Like, maybe you message somebody on WhatsApp, but then you meet up and you go and do something, or maybe your work is actually on the internet, and so that's how you earn your money, and it's not really like that for you. So drop a comment down below. Let's talk about this and have a bit of a conversation. Have a good day.